Yo, and welcome to Cheap Beer Reviews. Yes, I managed to squeeze in another one. This one is an old favorite of mine, the Tiger. As some might know, I used to work in Singapore in tunneling. Tigers, tunnel tigers. Some might get the joke, so most won't. But it's a generally nice beer. It's born in Singapore, this one, so it's probably the export. It's not brewed there, I can tell you in a second. It's brewed in the UK on a license, so it won't be as good as original Singapore Tiger. But anyway, let's have a go. Alright, went far. So yeah, I've, as I said, worked in Singapore, so had quite a few of them down there with other people I work with. It's basically a stock standard pills like lager beer, but it's one of them that's good because it got some good memories in it and some good times when I worked down there until it all went tits up with taxes and stuff, and I had to return home to work on trains. Yeah, bought them up, and hope you all had a good Christmas. I can straight up tell you it's a bit, this one, the UK brewed one, is a bit more sour than the original one from Singapore. It is very light in colour, and they got, after I can remember, the carbonation, and these are exactly the same as the ones you get down in the hot and humid climate down in Singapore. They do taste better down there, mostly because you're working there, but when you're not working, you're on holiday. It's a weird thing. And they basically, it's one of the beers you can get everywhere down there. They also got some Indian beers and some Australian beers that you might struggle getting in the UK. The Australians was the X, the Triple X, and the X9, I think, and the other one was Shinghara, which is actually not a Singaporean beer, even though it's Singapore or something, which, after what I was told by the locals I work with, is Singapore in their native language. And that's your little history course for today. Anyway, it differs a little bit from a normal pils because they've somehow managed to, once you have a sip of it, you taste it, and then the carbonation tickling on the mouth kicks in. So it's a different flow than a normal pils. And the bottle is larger, which is nice. But anyway, it hasn't been a very eventful Christmas from my front. I spent Christmas Eve, the 24th, which is Christmas Eve in Denmark. I spent that at work, fixing stuff and looking at computer screens. And the 26th, I spent that at work, fixing things, looking at computer screens and talking on the phone. So it's not been eventful. I did get a single present already. That's from my daughter, and that was absolutely lovely. That made my day. At 4:45 in the morning on the 25th when I opened it. Don't know why I keep on saying the 26th. 26th is Boxing Day, and that's when they have, where I used to live, a pub called Peribul, the Spotted He Cow, and they have like an annual bike meet where it's everything. You got everything from absolutely mint condition old HRD Vincents up to what have you down to the scruffiest, just old F2 CBR 600 we've ever seen. Like it's been crashed every thinkable way possible and rebuilt poorly. Still going though, so it's a good little Boxing Day event. Well, I'm working Boxing Day, yeah, Boxing Day is work day as well for me. I'm not off until the 30th. That's my first day off over the Christmas. Think of the money you get. Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Back to this beer, which is not over yet because there's more in the barrel. So I think the first time I actually had this, the original one, was down in Singapore the day after I started on, I can't even remember what machine it was. I think it was a hard rock slurry TVM, and got inducted and all that, and worked on the machine. And then in the evening, the guy was like, "Ah, come on, we go to this restaurant." And I must say that's the thing I loved about Singapore. You got these food markets, which is basically, I don't know, some of them are probably the size of of like the dreaded places, Blue Water, only one floor though, and it's just food shops, tiny little food shops, and there's food from all over the world, and they all sell their food with a tiger. But yeah, I remember that's the first time I had chili crab that day, the day after I got down there, out with the guys I work with, and you basically went to it was bigger than the other place because it was like a delicatessen, fish, seafood place, and all the locals went there as well. That's how you know it's good. I was like, I would like the chili crabs. And yes. Which one would you like? The chili crab. Yes. And little Singapore guy started to point over at a big like aquarium filled with crabs, and I kid you not, they were about this size, like massive bastards of crabs, and you stood there and you're choosing which one to be cooked and slain for you, and I chose that one there, if that's your aquarium. So I chose that one. And within half an hour, it came down to the table, and it was absolutely lovely. Never had bad food down there. I don't know. I'm going off on a tantrum now. Back to the Tiger. So it's like, if you have to rate this beer, if I'm taking away all the original one I remember and all the memories I have from down there of drinking them, many of them, it would be like having I don't know, it would be like this one. It's like it could be just a Kronenberg or just any pills. It could be any pills because it doesn't stand out heavily, except the bit where I say the taste comes before the carbonation. But it would be the basic stock standards lager pils beer you could get anywhere in the world. So on that, it would never come above a 5, ever, really. But if I take into account all the good times and probably bad times as well I had drinking them with people I used to work with, which I either don't have contact with anymore or stayed in Singapore, it would definitely come in at a 6.75 on the pill scale, and that's only because while I was in Singapore I leased a Triumph Daytona. Not leased, I what do you call it? Hired bike, a 675 Daytona for a weekend, and absolutely trashed it around up in the Highlands, they call it, and that's what it's getting, 675, because of that. But yeah, just a short one from me, and I hope you all had a nice Christmas, because somebody had to after a time off and at work. So anyway, that will be it for the Tiger. 6.75. Good beer. I'll see if I can get some imports of it at some point. But that'll be it for now. Just a quick one. So as I said, next up is New Year, and hope you enjoy New Year as well when you get to it. Ta-ta!